What's up, guys? Gun here. Welcome back, NFL. Man, I've missed you guys. If you guys haven't been hanging out with me for MLB this hot summer, man, you know the dog days are rough, but it's still fun. I love baseball. But man, so many of you guys disappear when NBA's gone, when NFL's gone. So I'm excited to see some of the old school cats hit me up on Twitter, DMing me, be like, "Hey, Gun, you still gonna do content?" Yes, we're still gonna do content. I know the channel looks a little different. A lot of old videos we had to bring offline. Whole thing happened with YouTube. It was crazy, but that's not what we're here for today. Today, I want to talk to you guys about some of my favorite contests, my favorite tournaments on some of the DFS sites for Week 1 of the NFL season, and I'll explain some of the things I look for as a full-time DFS player in my contest to give me some more bang for my buck. So hopefully you guys might pick up on some of these contests and help you out in your search. I also want to tell you guys, hey, if I missed a contest, if you really like a contest out there on any DFS site, let me know in the comments below. I'll be sure to check it out. These are just a few. There's so many contests out there, and there's going to be more coming, right? There's going to be noon slates, afternoon slates, showdown slates. There's going to be so many more coming. But these are the first few that kind of stuck out to me. And we'll discuss all those in just a moment. I want to remind you guys that we have the premium content at RunDFS.com, and you guys that really want to support the channel, support me, and come along for the ride. And those of you who did it last season know we dominated football. I only had three net loss weeks last season. 17-week regular season. 3 losing. That's incredible. It's insane, potentially unsustainable. But hey, we're looking to build off of that and keep it going into the 2019 season. We do the 24/7 VIP Discord still. That's still going for baseball. And then, of course, for football, we'll have that. We'll have the Saturday night group open call voice chats where we candle burned it up, hang out with the guys, talk some football, talk some strategy, talk some game theory. Help you guys carve out your pool while I'm carving out mine. And then, Sunday we watch the show. So we'll have all that just as we've been doing the last couple years. I'll have spreadsheets up. I'll have my player pools, my tiers, my game notes, and of course the spreadsheets will have a lot of quick accessible stats. So it is almost showtime. Before we jump into some of the contests I want to talk about, I want to let you guys know that all that content you can get at RunDFS.com, the VIP Pass section, and the Super Bowl special. This is the last week that people can get that one, and it's at a special price. So first off, if you guys are short-termers, you only play medium stakes, man, you might be balling on a budget. I get that. Much love. We have so many awesome players that just show up for the week passes, and it's none of this stuff is auto renew. I don't believe in auto renew. I don't believe in charging you and you not know it. This is all one-time sub stuff, and then if you want to renew when your sub expires, you renew, and so on and so forth. So until NBA season comes back, we'll have the week pass at $25, the 2-week pass at $40, the month pass at $70, and then this is the special one. $400 will get you locked in until Super Bowl Sunday, and that's not just NFL content. You'll have the rest of baseball and a big chunk of NBA that's coming back in October. So much value in that one. So if you guys want to lock into that, this is the last week you can do that. Obviously, after week 1, it's going to be yanked. So we'll have I'm looking forward to you guys jumping in long term. Makes me feel good when people commit long term because it knows that they have faith and trust. So if you guys want to jump in that, go to RunDFS.com, make yourself an account, sign up, and then go to the VIP forums, and you'll get the link to the Discord, and that's pretty much where all the action is. If you guys got any questions for me, hit me up on Twitter, twitter.com/GundackerSports. All right, let's talk about some contests. Hey, NFL Week 1, FanDuel and DraftKings are having big-time contests with $1 million awarded to first place. That is insane. But hey, they do it every year, right? DraftKings Millie Maker has been a big staple marquee game in the DFS industry for years, and hopefully for many years to come. And who knows? We might have some mega Millie Maker sometime. Let's talk about why I probably will not play these. But I want to say that these are awesome for casual players, because I'm probably a little different than a casual player in the sense that I play DFS to pay rent, right? to pay bills. But a lot of people have the luxury of playing DFS as and just an entertainment thing on the weekends for football. You get the weekend off, you're hanging out with the boys, you guys got some tickets in the Million Maker, you're trying to win $1,000,000. That's cool. I love that. I respect it, and I miss those days for sure. I kind of play with a little bit more of a mathematical reach at or spin on contest selection, and I think contest selection is such a huge thing that I would encourage a lot of you guys to kind of brush up on and make sure that you're playing contests worth playing. I think there is a nice chunk of current DFS players that maybe would stretch their money a little bit longer, maybe even get some bigger return on their money if they were a little bit smarter about what contest they were playing and paid a little bit more attention. So I would encourage you guys to maybe take some ideas from me and kind of build off of those with something or some things that you're looking for, or some things that you just have to adapt to. Because I'm gonna be honest, the sites don't necessarily give us a fat diet, a buffet line of great contests, right? So what I'm looking for flat payouts. I'm looking for maybe a 2x min cash, not super top heavy to where if I decide to mass enter it, I kind of get screwed long term to kind of try and hold a profit. And I know that's not everyone, but that's me. And I think if you fall in love with DFS the way I did, and understand that there's so much variance and so many range of outcomes, and you want to play multiple lineups because it's more challenging, and for me it's more fun. If that's going to be you, eventually, you're definitely going to want to pay attention to payout structure. So this is the Million Maker. If you want $1 million on DraftKings, you have to pay a couple $20 tickets. You're going to have to beat almost 300,000 entries if it fills. This is a great example of a contest that is super top heavy. Obviously, not every contest is going to be 300,000 entry or field, but this is big top heaviness. Min cash is $30. That's kind of it's not a end all be all for me, because a lot of contests you're just gonna have to settle for poor min cashes. But if I can get away with a 20% payout, a field payout, and then a min cash of 2x, I'd be cool with that. Back in my day, I remember a lot of contests would just pay out 18%, but the payouts were super flat and more rewarding when you cashed. And then I guess somewhere along the lines, sites were like, we should probably pay more people maybe less money, right? So instead of 18% being paid out, they changed it to 20%, 22%. Some contests will pay out 24%, but the payouts are not as juicy. You'll see 1.5x, 1.3x, and 1.6. You know what I'm saying? So I tend to look for a little bit more of the old school flat payouts. But these content, the Million Makers on either sites are just not necessarily a great benchmark to compare the average contest to. But average contests are still pretty top heavy, and you see the difference between first place to 10th place being massive. And I think I much prefer contests that kind of stay away from that. And the contest that kind of does that for me on DraftKings is the $9 500,000 prize pool slant. We'll pull this up. Great example. First place, $50,000 of 500,000, so that's like 10%. And then 10th place pays $5,000, and then min cashing is $18. It's just super flat, well balanced all the way along, top to bottom. This is probably the best contest out of every site in terms of payout. I think there's going to be another contest that kind of gets the edge on this in terms of math. But if you want to play more than 10 lineups, this contest will be probably where I land the most. If I was going to pick one contest right now out of all the sites to max center, it's probably going to be this contest. So super stoked to play the slant on DraftKings. I think you guys should be too. And I know a lot of people hate that there's no Sunday night games on NFL, but I love that. I really do. I like the sweat being over at the afternoon. Pay me out. Let's go. And this is this is going to be your Sunday early afternoon slate. Plenty of games to choose from. I'm digging it. Next up, another contest I want to talk about is over on Yahoo. This is a site that still doesn't get a whole lot of traction, but they try. A lot of sites when they're kind of like swimming with their head above water, they kind of don't have the pockets that maybe Yahoo has to keep trying to attract and allure players. Yahoo has definitely put out several contests in the last year or so that are just amazing opportunities that you must take advantage of. And they did it for NFL last season. This is their $1 million baller. This is a $1 million prize pool. First place, $100,000. 10th place, $7,500. Min cash, $40. That's not quite 2x, but it's fine. I can live with that. But the big pluses here, and I will talk about all of them. First of all, there's no rake, 0% rake. So they're able to pay out a little bit more. 40,000 entries, 10,000 people pay out. I mean, that's quick math, right? 10 divided by 40, what is that? 25%. It's going to pay out 25% off the top. Next, let's talk about entry max. You can only play up to 10 lineups in this contest. So 25 times 10. These are easy math problems. $250. $250 at this contest for me is a must. Next up, talk about overlay. You guys that may not be familiar with overlay. Overlay is when a contest doesn't fill to its maximum capacity. So the site, because it's a guaranteed prize pool, has to pick up some of that money, and it ends up expanding the payout pool. So let's say this contest pays out top 25%. If it only gets to 30,000 entries, that 25% could become a 30% at 35%, and then all of a sudden we're playing, triple up odds in a $1 million baller. So this is probably a contest that I would say, if you only had $250, $300 to invest in week one, man, this is probably the smartest contest to do it. Now I will eat a hat if this contest doesn't overlay, because Yahoo has put up several contests like this for basketball, for football last season, and I think because of the limitations, the 10 entry max, that kind of adds to the overlay potential, which is a good thing for us. And I'm more than confident to say that this contest is going to overlay pretty well. And that's just good for the player. And shout out to Yahoo, because they know what they're getting into with these. So I hope that this brings a lot of people to the Yahoo lobby, and they can take advantage of this. And maybe they stay on Yahoo and play. If you guys are players who never played on Yahoo before but have years of FanDuel and DraftKings experience, you might find Yahoo to be much more casual player friendly because of the limitations. Usually, if you're chasing $1 million or $100K on these other sites, you're going up against really, really sharp individuals with 150 lineups. Because this is a 10 entry max, I feel like it really neutralizes the playing field. So Yahoo gets my tip of the cap as a must-play contest for NFL Week 1. Let's move over to FanDuel. FanDuel doesn't have a lot of contests that really strike me on the surface, but they have a few that I will be checking out. This one is the 30K Sunday NFL Touchdown. This one's a $65 entry. I know it's a little high, but I think if you can single enter it, that's cool. But if you can manage the max, which is 5 entries, go for it as well. There's only 524 spots right now, so beating 500 lineups is not as difficult as some of these other contests where you're facing literally hundreds of thousands. 4th K to first, 10th place is $500. So I like how flat that is. Again, I realize how that $65. I think and a casual player that walks into a lobby with $60, they would rather not put it in one contest. They probably spread it out and play a bunch of $5, whatever. I get that, but this is one that I wrote on my list as the contest I'm going to play. The other thing I'm going to talk about is leagues on FanDuel, and really leagues on every site. I think leagues for NFL and really for any contest out there is the most underrated contest in DFS. I think a lot of people are blinded by the massive first place prizes of the GPPs and lobbies, but you can really grind a bankroll in leagues. So if you go to FanDuel.com, you'll see 100-player league contests. I swear I remember 200-player league contests, but I didn't see any in the lobby yet. So maybe look for 200-player leagues as the season gets closer. I swear I'm not making that up. But just in general, 100-man contest, top 12 payout. The rake on these contests is just 10%, which is really the lowest you're going to find at any contest on a site other than Yahoo, where there's no rake, right? 10% super low. It'll pay out 12 of 10 or 12 of 100, so this 12% of the field get paid out. But if you're willing to accept those odds, man, first place $250 here on like a $10 entry fee. There's $1 leagues, $2 leagues. There's leagues at every buy-in level. You'll see a lot of times if you get access to go look at some of these leagues, some of your lineups that finish in the 3rd tier, the 2nd tier of some of the big contests will easily take down some of these leagues. So I would say if you're like me, you don't have to play leagues exclusively. But let's say you took the time to make 5 lineups on FanDuel, right? You got into a $5 contest. You're like, all right, there's a big prize pool. There's probably 70,000 entries. If I made 5 lineups for that contest, each one of those lineups I would put in a league somewhere. It doesn't have to be in $5 leagues. It could be in $1 leagues. But just to track how much better you can do with some of your medium lineups doing well in leagues, and by well I mean first place. So if you could turn $5 into $250, that's huge. That's massive. And then lastly, last contest I want to talk about, because this one is not for everyone, but if you are new to DFS on FanDuel, or if you are friends with someone who's new, or if you've been trying to encourage somebody to come play, check out the 300K Sunday NFL Huddle on FanDuel. It is an experienced players excluded contest. This contest is basically for noobs, new players, which I can't play, but I absolutely wish I could. And if I can't, if I know some family members, hey, you guys should, if you're thinking about playing FanDuel, you need to come check out this contest. It's a $3 entry, 50 entry max, 300,000 prize pool, 20K to first. Min cash is $5, so you're not getting that 2x, and it is one of those big player pool contests. So, like, you got to beat a whole lot of lineups, but it's an amazing first taste of DFS, especially like if you've been playing DraftKings all these years. If you never played on FanDuel, this would be an amazing opportunity for you to come sign up, play, and maybe even max center. 20 lineups in this thing will run you $60. 50 lineups, $150. If you could turn $150 into what would you say, 20K? Sure, go for it. And you'd have to finish one lineup to finish 100th to get your money back. So I think this is an awesome opportunity. I would definitely encourage my friends who I think could be responsible enough to play DFS to come test it out, try it out. So those are some of the contests I like to see. I'll also say that if you're new to DFS and you have heard horror stories about players facing sharks on either site, or on either sites. The experience badges aren't great, but on DraftKings they implemented a rule a couple years ago that kind of keep sharks away. So write this down if you have to. On DraftKings, contests under $5 with a prize pool under $25,000 will automatically exclude many a sharks. So some of the big boys like your Chipotle's, your Osmos, guys like that, you won't see in those smaller contests because DraftKings has made their accounts unable to play those. So if you're looking to stay away from some of the big sharks, DraftKings.com, under $5, under $25,000 prize pool. And I think most of those contests are going to be 20 entry max anyway, so you won't be facing guys with 150 lineups, and that's a pretty cool thing, a pretty cool option for DraftKings. They will have mini maxes for several sports, which will be a little bit of an exception to the rule, but just something to keep in mind. That's going to do it for this video. We have so much NFL content coming your way. It's going to be crazy. I'm super stoked for it to be back. I'm glad you guys are back. Let's have a really, really great season. If you got anything else for me, twitter.com/GundeckerSports. Check the pinned tweet, or excuse me, the pinned comment below this video for some links and stuff like that. I love you guys. I will catch you on the next video. Good luck. God bless. And go win some money.